Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about identity operator and membership operator. In earlier three lectures we have discussed about arithmetic operator, assignment operator and comparison operator, logical operator in single video. Today in this video we are going to discuss about identity operator and membership operators. So what is identity operator? So identity operator are used basically to compare the objects. So means object means the object, the whole entity is equal or not. Means object means, what is object? Object means containing various things. An element is one element. Object is containing various things. So identity operator are used to compare the objects, not if they are equal, but if they are actually the same object with the same memory allocation. Okay. So the first identity operator is means if two variables are there, if we suppose two variable or with considering x and y, if both the variable or object are same, means x is 4 and y is 4, and we have used print x is 4, x is y, and it will return true. If both are true, then we have to return true. We can also do if something like this. If we define x equals to 4, y equals to 4, okay, we can do if x double equal 4, then come into loop indent, return or print true. This is also work fine. Sorry, okay. So this is basically, this error comes because in Python 2 we are instructed to use without this, within the bracket, but in Python 3 we have to use a bracket. So we have to write this much line, 2 lines. We can do the similar thing in a 1 line as well. Simply write print x is y. It will return x is 4 and y is 4, so it will return yes, true, and means 1 or true, and it will print the value true, simply. So now coming to not in, means both the object or the two variables are not same or not present, something like that. Returns true if a sequence with a specified value is not present in an object. Means they are saying, now this is very critical statement. What is x in y? Means 4 in 4. X is 4 and y is 4, means 4 in 4. Yes, it is correct. Now what is going to say x4 not in 4, means 4 not in 4. This is false. So if we try to print this statement, if x not in y, then what we are going to do is, okay, this is an error because this is both are integer, not iterable. Means it returns true if the sequence with a specified value is not present in an object. Means a sequence is not present in an object. Means simply if x is not in y, basically what I have just need to do one thing. If x is 4 and y we are defining like something like list, just don't panic with the list, we are just comparing the values. Okay, this is list. Now we have to see whether this is in this 4 is in this list or not. So x means 4 is not in, means not in y, so it is present, but it is present, so it will return, obviously return false. But if we remove 4 from it, and it will true because 4 is not present in this. So basically a variable is searched whether it is present in a sequence or a object or not. Means this y, if we have a list or something like a string, or also we can say, I guess, y equals to 1 2 3. Okay, and now 1 2 3 4, so it will print, so 4 is present in y but not in y, so it will return false. So we have to break this into the string, basically nothing else. Means a list of object we need to do, means a list of not a list but an object, sequence of objects, what we have written here as well. Return true if the sequence with a specified value is not present. So 4 is not present in this sequence, so it will return true. Simple, not panic at all. So in means it is present in this. Suppose here what we have done, this consider a object with a single element. If we do x equals to 1 and do x in y, then also it will return true because 1 is present in the object. Here what we have done, we have taken the object with only one element, so 4 present in 4. Simple. Here if we do a list like this 1 and 1, then 1 is present in 1, true. So simply in means it is present or not in means it is not present or in the object sequence. Simply like that. Okay, so in the next lecture we are just going to see the overview of bitwise operator, because we have already discussed bitwise operator in this assignment operator here, and or XOR, right shift left shift. So in the next video we are going to cover this last operator, the seventh operator, bitwise operator. So thank you for watching the video. If you like the video, please like, share and comment.